What if some of the most fun games you can play right now came out a decade or more ago? Not the ones you force yourself through for nostalgia. The ones that still feel sharp, exciting, and somehow better than a lot of what gets released today. Here are 10 games from the last generation, and a bit earlier that still hold up in 2026, ranked from solid to unforgettable. Starting at number 10, Far Cry Primal. Released in 2016. This one drops the guns completely. You play as a prehistoric hunter in a world of mammoths, saber-tooths, and rival tribes. The wilds feel alive. You craft weapons from bone and stone, tame beasts, and build your village while surviving the cold nights. What makes it special is how committed it stays to that Stone Age fantasy. The gameplay still holds up because the survival loop stays simple and satisfying. Taming a beast and riding it into a raid never gets old. One memorable feature is the way the night turns the entire map into a different, more dangerous place. If you have never played it, try it today for a pure open-world experience without any modern distractions. It proves you do not need high-tech weapons to feel powerful. But the next game takes the power fantasy in a completely different direction. Number 9, Infamous. Second Son from 2014. You step into the shoes of Delson Rowe, a graffiti artist who gains the ability to control smoke, neon, video, and concrete. Seattle becomes your playground. You chain powers midair, blast through enemies, and decide whether to be a hero or a menace. The game still feels great because the movement and combat flow together so smoothly. Switching powers on the fly keeps every fight fresh. One standout moment is the first time you absorb a new power and the city itself starts reacting to your choices. Anyone who has never played should jump in for that sense of pure freedom. Few games make you feel this much like a walking force of nature. However, there is one reason the next game still stands out for pure tension. Number 8, Metro 2033. Originally released in 2010, life after nuclear war means living in the tunnels under Moscow. Resources are scarce. Mutants lurk in the dark. Your gas mask filters run out at the worst times. The atmosphere is thick enough to cut with a knife. What makes it special is the constant sense of dread, mixed with quiet human moments in the stations. The gameplay holds up because every bullet matters and stealth often feels smarter than going loud. One unforgettable mechanic is listening carefully to the world around you while your filter timer ticks down. If you skipped it, play it now for one of the most immersive post-apocalyptic experiences ever made. It still feels more intense than most modern survival games. And somehow, we have not even reached the really cinematic ones yet. Number 7, Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception from 2011. Nathan, Drake is back, chasing a legend across the desert and through collapsing buildings. The set pieces are pure Hollywood. Plane crashes, sinking ships, and rooftop chases that somehow never stop being fun. The game remains special because the action feels handcrafted rather than generated. Combat and climbing still hold up thanks to tight controls and clever level design. One memorable sequence is the entire desert survival stretch that turns the usual treasure hunt into something desperate. New players should try it for that perfect mix of adventure and spectacle. It still delivers thrills that many newer games struggle to match. The next one slows things down and asks you to pay attention. Number 6, L.A. Noir. Released in 2011. You play Detective Cole Phelps in 1940s Los Angeles. The cases pull you in with crime scenes, interrogations, and a city that feels lived in. The face technology still looks impressive, and reading expressions during questioning remains the heart of the game. What makes it special is how much it trusts the player to notice details. The investigation. Gameplay holds up because solving a case the right way still feels rewarding. One standout feature is those interrogation scenes where a single wrong read can change everything. If you have never experienced it, start today for a detective story that no other game has quite matched. But the next game throws you into pure chaos after dark. Number 5, Dying Light from 2015. Daytime is for scavenging and parkour. Nighttime is when the infected get faster and meaner. The city of Heron becomes a vertical playground of rooftops and zip lines. The movement still feels fantastic. Climbing, sliding, and kicking zombies off ledges never loses its satisfaction. What makes the game special is that day-night cycle that completely changes how you play. One memorable moment is the first time the sun sets, and you realize you are nowhere, near a safe zone. Anyone who skipped it should play it now for some of the best free-running combat ever made. It still feels alive in a way few zombie games manage. The ranking climbs higher with something that looks and sounds massive. Number 4. Rise of the Tomb Raider from 2015. Lara Croft returns, tougher and more determined. The environments range from frozen mountains to ancient tombs filled with puzzles and traps. Combat, exploration, and tomb raiding all click together. The game holds up because the traversal and set pieces still feel precise and exciting. One unforgettable sequence is the avalanche escape that feels like a movie sequence you control. New players should try it for a confident, complete adventure that never wastes your time. It remains one of the strongest entries in the series, but the next game takes scale to another level. Number 3. Battlefield 1. Released in 2016. World War I has never looked or felt this intense. Huge maps, roaring tanks, biplanes overhead, and the constant chaos of multiplayer battles. Even the single-player war stories deliver memorable moments. The gunplay and destruction still hold up because every match feels different. One special feature is the way the maps change as buildings collapse and trenches fill with mud. If you have never jumped in, or if you left years ago, come back for pure large-scale warfare that still feels unmatched. Few modern shooters capture that same sense of being one soldier in a massive conflict. Number 2. The Last of Us from 2013. Joel and Ellie travel across a ruined America. The infected are terrifying, but the real danger often comes from other people. The story hits hard without ever feeling forced. The gameplay still works because stealth, crafting, and limited resources keep every encounter tense. One unforgettable moment is the simple act of walking through an overgrown city and realizing how quiet the world has become. Anyone who has somehow missed it should play it today. It remains one of the most human stories games have ever told. And finally, number 1. The Witcher 3. Wild Hunt. Released in 2015. Geralt of Rivia rides through a world that feels completely alive. Side quests often outshine main storylines. Choices matter. Monsters have history. The writing, the characters, and the sense of place still set the standard for open-world RPGs. The combat has been refined over the years, and the expansions only make it better. What makes it special is how every region, every contract, and every conversation feels like it belongs. One memorable feature is the way a simple Witcher contract can turn into a full tragic tale. If you have never played it, or only played a little, this is the one to start. It still feels richer than most games that came after it. That is why it takes the top spot. More than 10 years later, it remains the complete package: story, world, characters, and freedom working together at the highest level. Great games do not expire just because the calendar moves forward. Some of them keep their magic. They remind us that strong ideas, careful design, and real heart last longer than any graphics upgrade.